Okay, now we haven't talked much about the B word today. In fact, I think I'm the only person that's even mentioned it so far, unless I missed it. But I think Brexit might get a couple of mentions on our next discussion from our next speakers, who are going to tell us why FinTech should be moving not to Paris, sorry Laurent if you're in the room, not to Paris, not to London, but to the state of Hessen and its biggest city, Frankfurt. So ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage Folke Mühlhölzer from the state government, Sebastian Schäfer from the TechQuartier, and Shoham from the Accelerator Frankfurt.
Here we go. Hello and good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, dear friends. I'm pleased to be able to welcome you here at the FinTech Junction Tel Aviv 2018. It's an honor for the Hessen Agency, my company, promoter of economic development of the state of Hessen, to support this event. At the same time, I would like, in my special role as representative of the financial matters of the Prime Minister of Hessen, to pass on you the best regards from my Prime Minister. Ladies and gentlemen, why did we come to Israel? Well, we are promoting our location, particularly Frankfurt and Darmstadt, as a financial center. Hessen is maintaining a confident presence. The Ministry of Economics, the Hessen Agency, the bodies for business development, and the Chambers of Commerce look after location marketing. We know Hessen is a strong location in European Union, especially in Brexit times. Let me give you 5 bullet points about my country. We have the highest income ratio in Germany. We have the highest added value. We are the leading region for founders, and we have the lowest unemployment rate. And last point, we are an international hub, and we are proud of our welcome culture for the international business company. But pictures are much better than words. We have a little movie with us, a clip, give you an impression from my country, Hessen, the region, Frankfurt and more. Please. Thank you very much. And I'm proud because the producer of this clip is an Israeli guy. Thank you to Lomi Brautmann. Thank you.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Sebastian Schäfer, and I want to introduce you to TechQuartier. Please show the slide. 120 startups, 1.5 billion in total funding, more than 270 pilots, investments from the corporate side, more than 1 billion of corporate venture capital. One of the first questions I get asked is, that's interesting, that's cool. Where can I meet you in Berlin? I said, Berlin? Why Berlin? We are in Frankfurt. And this is exactly what the last report, the Global Startup Ecosystem report showed. Frankfurt is becoming more and more attractive. It's 7th worldwide in the sense of community, which means professionals, industry experts, investors, and founders talking to each other, supporting each other, and helping each other. And at TechQuartier, we managed to build a community over the last 18 to 24 months, bringing corporates from the financial industry and beyond, but also universities, research institutes, and more global partners to interact and to create business models of tomorrow and work on technologies of tomorrow. But it's not only based on events. We do a lot of events, 100+ events per year. But the main, really driving force behind that is creating formats, innovation programs in a multi-corporate way. And this is a selection of various programs running at TQ. And I want to mention two. There's the EY Startup Academy together with the German Stock Exchange. And there's a program we recently launched with Plug and Play on FinTech Europe, including some of our partners, but also including financial institutions from Europe, like BNP Paribas, Danske Bank, Nordea, or Nets Group, just to mention a few. For these later stage fintechs, and I think this is why it's a very interesting offer also to Israeli companies, it's a no equity, no money program where it's all about creating pilots and creating partnerships. But we do more than only addressing startups. We also care about talent. You saw that we have 5 universities as our community members. With that, we reach and access about 100,000 students. We need to create a vibrant ecosystem, also giving these young people, young professionals, access to the new technology and the challenges from the industry. So I'm very proud that I can announce today that we are going to launch a 2-week innovation program for corporates, but in particular for young professionals from Israel and Germany to work on these kind of challenges industry is facing, and then bringing them together, let them work on multidisciplinary, intercultural teams in Frankfurt and Israel. So whoever is interested in knowing more about TechQuartier, knowing about what we do, how to engage in our innovation journey, is welcome to speak to me afterwards. Thanks a lot.
I prefer this than standing behind there. Wow, I cannot see with the light. All right. I'm Shoham, founder of Accelerator Frankfurt. As you know, we're here talking about Frankfurt and our region. Originally, I'm from Israel, but been living all over my life, ex-investment banker. I was 10 years in Hong Kong. And I saw in the large corporates a little bit of the inefficiencies that happen. My company that I worked with, we had 23,000 employees, and bringing innovation was quite difficult. Since 2009, I started engaging with startups. Obviously, coming from Israel, you cannot avoid startups. Mostly the startups are in the B2B sector, and obviously FinTech, cybersecurity is in the heart of what we do. In 2012, I moved to Frankfurt. The reason I chose Frankfurt was because I've been through many ecosystems, and I found a blue ocean, basically a market where there was not a lot of competition for what I was doing since 2009, which is really bringing innovation to large companies. Frankfurt, in case you don't know, there's close to 400 banks, maybe 300 now, and maybe even less in the future. But still, there's a lot of banks there. It's a very wealthy region, not only Frankfurt, but the whole area. Even when I was based out of Hong Kong before moving to Frankfurt, we were getting a lot of deals done with family offices and investments from VCs from that area. So we decided to move to Frankfurt and tap into these corporate innovation and be the first in bringing new technologies to the city. This is about 4 years ago. Accelerator Frankfurt was set back in 2016, and we've had 4 programs running. We are a 4-month program where our goal is to get startups, pilots within these big financial institutions. Just to show you some of the companies we've had. By the way, this is our first office, very beautiful. We're now located in TechQuartier, which Sebastian was just here before telling you about. Obviously, we don't want to be isolated. We want to be where the stuff happens, and it's very important for an accelerator to be located where most of the banks actually come on a regular basis. These companies that I'm showing here, usually they're more advanced companies. They have working products. They have anywhere from 15 to 20 employees. And it's simply because German banks, Germany is quite risk averse. They don't take as much risks as other countries. But on the other hand, once you get in, you're there for the long run. And the business can be big for a startup. So we look for companies that have a track record, that have paying customers, and they want to get into this German market. And those are the companies that we target. Out of 26 companies that we've had so far, 8 of them were Israeli, by the way. So our program, 4 months, as I said, we try to get pilots for the companies, and at the end of the day, there's always KPIs, and we always measure our success. Obviously, there's a demo day. I wanted to show these pictures because a demo day in Frankfurt is not your typical demo day in Israel. There's suits, there's ties, there's people with decision-making power, and there's a lot of money also. So it's really B2B, it's corporate, but at the end of the day, you get your startup exposed to the German market. And we try to keep a KPI of 70%, which means that out of 10 startups we work with, 7 would either get a pilot or would get an investment. We're well over that at the moment. Hopefully we stay like that. So yeah, I welcome you to look us up at acceleratorfrankfurt.com. Spread the word if you want to come into the German financial market, and hope to see you in Frankfurt. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Folke, Sebastian, and Ram, my Swedish friend outside, is really not happy with you guys, just so you know.